Alright, Instaham family, it's about that time again today. I'll be running around. I got my handy dandy camera with me, vlogging all day for you guys, and I want to do a Q&A. So drop your questions below. They can be trans related, fitness related, personal, you know, whatever. Family, it's about... Blurry. Alright, so I just got into town, and as you could tell, this is going to be a Q&A video, which is always fun because I don't have to think as hard about what the hell I'm gonna put in a video. You guys just do it for me. We're gonna fix the aperture. I'm really learning about this aperture on here, but I wish there was a quicker way of doing it. So I am headed to play pool with Angel just for a little bit, just for like 45 minutes or so. He's got to go to work, but we've been trying to get together and it's just been hard, you know what I mean? It's just hard sometimes to get together with friends and stuff, so trying to build that relationship. Oh, I gotta lock my car. So, alright, let's see what some of these questions are. First question, what have you noticed that guys do or say when girls aren't around? Pretty much, if there's one thing I can say is that misogyny exists in all forms of the level of when I say that. It seems like, not every guy, believe me, not every guy, but it does seem like guys just say a lot more obnoxious shit when girls aren't around. I'm not sure what that's about. I don't think girls are not saying they act any, not that they don't act any different at all when they're not around guys, but I would say that guys definitely act a little bit different. Some of them are just dicks, and some aren't. Like, some are legit respectful, and they act exactly the same before and after, whether they're around girls or not, which are the kind of guys I try to hang out with. But I have noticed more often than not, there's something about just like manliness, you know what I mean, that needs to be done or said when they're around guys, which is just really ridiculous. I agree completely with Teague Milan, who says that, you know, you shouldn't have to like masculinity comes in all different forms. Probably what I would say. That's what I've noticed the most, is just that there's just a little less respect for women when they're not around, which is sad. And I always try to say something, and I just don't really converse much with guys like that. So, let's see. Angel's probably here because I tend to be late. Looks like I beat him here, which is first. Alright, just had a nice 2 games, quickies. Say what up, Angel.
What up?
What up? Alright, next question comes from Charlotte. What up, Charlotte? Thank you for the question. How did you choose your first tattoo? Actually, we talk a lot about tattoos, me and Angel. Angel wants one, but he's waiting for the right one.
That's right.
And so, how did I choose my first one? So my first one was Simba from The Lion King. And I chose it because I love The Lion King, and I was dying. When I was 18, I was like dying to get a tattoo. When I was 16, I was dying to get piercings, and so I did. And then when I was 18, I got more piercings, and then I got my first tattoo, which was in Philadelphia with my good friend JT and Jasmine in Philly, and they hooked me up. Alright, so just had 5 plates. This mofo had, what,
7.
7 plates. Should I just like, do you want to pick one, or how do you want to do it? There's 60 comments, so thank you all for commenting. You pick it.
Let's try that one.
Okay. You do come out as trans and you realize that you aren't anymore. How do you tell others that you are no longer trans or transitioning? Okay, so pretty much if you wanted to transition and then you decide you don't want to anymore. I used to mentor somebody who wanted to transition and then they didn't, and they had a lot of the same questions and issues and problems because they felt like no one's going to take them seriously because they barely took them seriously when they first went on transition, and then they had to convince everybody into it, and they fought for that, and now they realize that, you know what, maybe I don't want to transition, and now they feel like, shit, like I just worked so hard on getting somebody to believe me, now I have to unconvince myself again. So I feel like all you can really do is just like hold true the same way that you held true when you felt like you wanted to transition, you know? I mean, it's your life, and you're allowed to decide to do things and then decide to change your mind, and that's okay, you know? Like, you can do that. It's not their problem, it's your problem, because you have to be able to handle yourself, you know what I mean? You have to be able to, you know, take yourself seriously and find out what you really, really want, you know? Like, what truly do you want in your life? What's going to make you happy, and do that thing, because the other people can't be as dominant in your life. So if you're young and like you live with your parents or something where they are dominant, right, people who don't agree are dominant in your life, how do you handle that? Pretty much I would just suggest trying to find somebody like a counselor or a support system or group, you know, people or somebody who can give you advice. Like, they can guide you and help you navigate until you can go to college or move out of your parents' house or whatever that might look like for you, you know? So that would be my advice. Oh, this is a good one. It's not fitness related, but what song is stuck in your head the most lately? I don't know, the most lately. I don't know. That's a good question, but I don't know the answer.
You know? Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Alright. That's a good question, but I listen to so much like audiobooks and stuff. I know that's such a lame answer, but if you ask Jenny Lee, she will tell you that I get songs stuck in her head all the time. So at the end of the day, I really do have many songs in my head. Your recent video about trans men being visible really hit me. Where do I start helping our community because me more visible? That's okay, autocorrect. Where do I start helping our community because they want to become more visible? Your local LGBT center. Go there. They're going to be your first and best answer to that question, and there might not be one in your hometown. You might have to get on a bus or get someone to drive you to like a town or two over or something, but there's probably more likely one near you. And if there's not, there might be a high school that has like a GSA who might be able to link you with other people in the community, especially if you're not in high school, you know. But yeah, I feel like that's probably the best thing, and to just be open and out about it, like in a positive way that's not gonna put you in danger either. And I think just having the spirit of trying to further the community in general as a whole, like just keeping that in mind at all times, then you'll always be advocating for the community, so.
Procrastinated either. Hey, babes.
Just Lucky. Alright, so we are back in the studio. It was awesome chilling with Angel for a little bit, and so I realized that these videos get a little long, so I'm gonna try to answer as many questions as I can in a minute. So I'm gonna put a timer on my phone for a minute, and we'll see how many questions I can answer. So I'm gonna like gonna give myself an extra like 3 seconds because I gotta switch from one app to the other. So ready, set, go. Alright, let's switch to the other app. This is probably 4 seconds. Is your voice going to get deeper? No, my voice is not going to get any deeper. This is as deep as it's going to get. Who did your top surgery and how was your recovery time? Love your vids. great work. Keep up the good work, I'm assuming. Awesome, thanks. Okay, so who did my top surgery? Dr. Garamoni in Southwest Florida. My recovery time was 4 days, 6 weeks, just to like be able to get back to work and stuff, like to actually work. And then I would say to get fully back in the gym was 1 full year, but I did start training about 8 weeks post-op. What are your top 5 favorite states in the U.S., or do you have any that you really want to visit? I don't really have a top 5 because I haven't been to all of them, and the ones that I really want to visit are Hawaii. I definitely would love to check out Hawaii, and maybe Texas. I hear that Austin's really cool, so try out Texas, Austin. Okay, I don't know how many that was. We'll do one more. Any tips to speed up the process of getting prescribed testosterone? Zach. Zach, unfortunately, there's no rushing, okay? The process is going to be what it takes, and I know that sometimes it's really frustrating, but my advice to you would just find people who are knowledgeable in the transgender world as best as you can, and work with them. And if you feel like you really are ready for testosterone, then have a conversation with them and ask them, like, why are you not prescribing it to me? Like, I just want to know what you feel I could grow more. Like, what area you think I could grow more in so that I could get on T. So, because, you know, you don't want to rush the process, you know. Some people aren't ready and they think they are, and some people are ready and they unfortunately still have to go through that process, but I'm telling you, it's important. So just, you know, make sure you go through the process. I even went through a process even though it was kind of quick. Some are quick, some are not, you know what I mean? So, if you could have any animal as a pet, what should it be? Hope you have a good day. Lonslow. Cool. Lonslow. Nice. Lion turtle. That's a nice one. Nice. If I could have any animal as a pet, what would it be? I'm pretty sure lion would definitely have to be the absolute first and only answer to that one. So it's super hot out here. I'm going to get to work and try to get these shirts pressed as quick as I can so that I don't have to keep everything open and let the sun in here. It gets so hot when the sun is just baking through that door. So, alright, I'm going to get to it. Alright, so I am about to meet up with Quinn to do a little personal training with him in person, and before I get to that, I wanted to just end this video and do another. I'm going to do 2 minutes, answer as many questions as I possibly can, and you know, I try my best to get through these questions, and thank you to the 107 questions I got. That's awesome. And you know, these questions are usually really long, like it's hard to give a really quick answer to, so again, I'm just gonna try to do like a little 2 minute thing, and then we'll call this video wraps. And you know, if you guys really like this Q&A style, I can do this like once or twice a month, you know what I mean? And then hopefully with that I'll be able to get to more and more people's questions. So 2 minutes, start. How do you deal with being forced to take a long time off with the gym, like for injuries or illnesses? Working out is my outlet, and not being able to has really been making me depressed. So you have to remember that, you know, of course, like, yeah, working out lets off endorphins and stuff, so you will kind of get into a slump, but just remember that it's important to heal and get well, whatever, if you're of an injury or if you're sick, and taking that time off is what's going to make you train longer. So I always think like, okay, I broke my arm, now I can jump right back into training and risk breaking it again and then be out for more time, or I can actually just sit, relax, take the time off, and you know, maybe if you're really that concerned, maybe focus on what you're eating, you know, get into cooking, get into getting creative with healthy foods and stuff like that, you know, see if you can find a little knack for being a chef. Do you pineapple? If so, how do you potato? I have no idea what that means. Where do you get your copy of the Rainbow Times? That's obviously a plug for the Rainbow Times. Good one. How old did you start the first steps? So I was, in 2010, October is when I officially, 2009 of October is when I officially started transitioning, and I officially started making, that was our timer, I officially started making changes in February of 2009. That's when I started, like, working out and trying to physically change my body to represent more of the masculine identity that I am. So, alright guys, there's your Q&A. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I will, if you like these, make sure to comment, make sure to like the video and share it, and I will try to make these more often if you guys are fans. Alright, that's it. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.